video is all about how to build a raised garden bed with Western red cedar 2x4. We're going to use a box joint style. I'll show you how to put all the pieces together right now. First step, cut your pieces to length. Miter saw works real good. Then lay out your first course of boards right there. The long ones are 8, the short ones are 33. That will give me an overall dimension outside to outside of 8 feet by 3 feet. Then you fasten them together. Normally with cedar, you're going to want to use a stainless steel screw. However, this goes in the mud. I don't think we're really looking for any issues with staining should they arise. So I'm just going to use regular old number 10 by 3s. Here they come. Not too big. Cut more pieces to length. These, 93. The other ones were 96. These are 96 minus 3 because we're going to swap where the joint is. Good for firewood. Then, put those pieces together. Cut more, rinse, repeat. Next thing we want to do is add a little special flair. I'm going to rip a 2x4 into a 2x3, I guess, 2.5 inches wide, and I'm going to use it to make a little rim type lid around this to give it just a little extra touch. Next, for the rim of the compost bin, select the good sides of your lumber, point them up, and reroute the bull nose that you cut off on the table saw, like this. Install the cap detail. I cut this to be 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches, half, half. Then a couple number 10 by 3. Which makes the long pieces exactly, let's call that 91, just light a 92. On a piece like this, it's good to check and see if you've got a curve in one of the boards, because these aren't perfect. They're beautiful, but they're not perfect. And if you do, you just pick that up now, straighten it up, sock it all together. Beautiful! Double check. Perfect! Next, cut 6 blocks, 17 inches. If you want to save wood, you could cut 3 blocks, 17 inches, and then rip them in half on the table saw. I got a bunch of blocks left over, so I'm just using full tubies. And the sweetest smelling firewood you ever saw. While it's still light, move it in pieces to its final position. With a location selected, we can can now start putting the pieces together. These I put in the corners. I call them staves, and they're going to support the sides of the compost bin and make all these individual boxes into a single box. I switched to 2.5ers for this, so I don't have little tips sticking through on the other side. So I'll do this, I'll do this. Would it have been maybe smarter to do this up on the patio? Yeah, probably, but so what, we're here now. Hold them flush to the bottom of the box. Go third hand option. Wedge it in the corner. Send it home. You know what? This would be a lot easier. How about that? Now I can focus on getting it wedged right in the corner. That worked. DIY pro tip. Of course, in the Mark Overdoes Everything channel, I want these to be in the center of my 8-foot span. So how do I do that? I also want the center of these to be in the center of my 8-foot span. So what I do is measure 4 feet, because it's 8 feet. Then I take half the width of a 2x4, which is 1 3/4 inch, mark it, and now the center of my 2x4 stave that will be buried in dirt will be centered. Now, in a moment of e pluribus unum, of many one, we'll take the boxes, ride them down the staves, and lock them all together. This one's a little heavier. Now screw it to it. Top left, bottom right. When we fill this with dirt, it's going to rain, of course, we're going to water it, and what's going to happen is that's going to force pressure down and out against these walls. To resist that pressure, I'm just going to install a simple 2x4 strut. I'll put it, of course, down so it's buried, and that way anything you see up here will be nice, lovely raised garden in our cedar raised garden bed. And that, people of the good ship raised garden bed, cedar style, that's all she wrote. I'll see you on the next one. Why am I taking this off? I got a ton to do today.